Faceless Arts are a professional arts organisation. We're based in Wakefield in West Yorkshire, and we aim to create access to the arts for people that don't necessarily have that access. So our work takes us all across the country and locally, and we work with younger people, older people, communities that are less well served.
We've been involved with a few projects now throughout the Wakefield district. While Faceless were delivering the sessions, we were observing participants' reactions and looking at how it was affecting their health and wellbeing.
We are requesting some money from the Aviva Community Fund for 2015 and 2016 to allow us to work with, to continue to deliver and to develop the work we've been pioneering really with older people in the Wakefield district. We have been working with older people in a variety of settings, in care settings, so in residential homes or daycare centres or independent living schemes, or even working with social groups such as stroke groups or carers groups.
About making things accessible to everybody, so whether that person is able-bodied or has a disability or suffers from dementia, we had the whole range of people within the nursing homes and the settings that we've done it, and everybody has been able to get involved, very inclusive, and they've all got benefits from it.
We use a variety of different methods to work with different groups. We have silk painting, which is an extremely good method of working with people from all backgrounds, all ages. We have wire sculpture, and we've developed a method over the last kind of 3 years, which is great for people with limited kind of mobility and fine motor skills, maybe due to arthritis or other degenerative conditions. Enabling older people in Wakefield to age better, really, to feel good about themselves, their communities, their abilities.
We know that a lot of the people that we meet in our work are older adults who are socially isolated, and that social isolation has a massive impact on their health and well-being, not just the mental health but the physical health as well. So if they're socially isolated and at home, they're not getting out and walking, they're not socialising with people, so it has a massive impact, and the actual getting them together to do these creative activities with Faceless has been a real plus.
This is mine. This is my artwork that I created with Faceless Arts. I have been in the very fortunate position of being able to employ Faceless to work on a project we did 3 years ago called Flock Towards It. But then I've observed all the other lovely work that Faceless does with other communities, particularly the Wired for Wellbeing, and they offered a free opportunity to other artists and people on the periphery of their work to come and make a sculpture. This is me walking our dog Nora, and I made it in a Wired for Wellbeing workshop with Faceless Arts, and it lives here on our table.
It was just so far-reaching in that not only did the participants enjoy the session, and you could see that it increased their self-esteem and self-confidence, but also relatives that were taking part with the residents, and the interaction between the relatives and the residents, and the conversations that were going on, the reminiscing. It was just lovely to watch that enjoyment that they were getting from it.
Working with an organisation like Faceless, and they are few and far between, can be a gateway. It can be people's first experience of the arts, but it can also be their last.
Exactly.
If you're working in a care home setting where you can't get out and you can't have access to the things that other people still have. And I think it's important to have access to the arts through the whole of your life, not just when you're at school or if you happen to be an artist.
We want to encourage statutory organisations, housing authorities, local community groups to embed this kind of work in their everyday practice, so that this becomes something that everybody in the Wakefield district has access to as they grow older.
The people that we've worked with so far, the evaluations and actually the experiences have been so positive that to be able to roll that out would be fantastic, to reach more settings like residential homes, independent living schemes, community groups. So, and what Faceless bring to that is that they bring the enthusiasm and the motivation. So if we were to deliver some craft resources to a group, it wouldn't have the same impact. It's actually their style of delivering the sessions that makes people so enthusiastic and ensures that it continues sort of onward. So it's like a catalyst really for making it sustainable.
The response to Faceless, I think they're absolutely vital to what they do with grassroots artists across generations. They're absolutely essential. There are very few organisations who do this kind of work at the moment, and the world is a poor place without them.
All the homes and the groups that we've been to already have all been really enthusiastic, and once Faceless finished their sessions with the group, they've gone on to do lots of other things.
Part of our ethos is that all our work should be free at point of delivery. Our job is removing barriers of participation, and that might be not wanting to come out of your room, it might be not being able to pay for something.
It reaches the people and the places which are kind of forgotten by mainstream arts.
Things happened in that for me in over successive generations and years, possibly centuries, in that creativity's been sidelined. It seemed to be the frilly bits around the edges of life rather than the essentials, but actually it's how we communicate.
If we were to get the funding, it would mean a lot to Faceless, but also to the people that we work with. It means that we can continue to develop and deliver a project that's been really successful and in really high demand.